If fall had a favorite sweater, this planter would be it. I am bringing together today beautiful deep greens, cozy brown tones. Think toffee, ochre, all of that. And the star of the show today is one of those incredibly ruffled pansies that Mr. Sato has bred in Japan. It is more of the Elegance series, and this one, this colorway, she is spectacular. I have been advised that I'm being dwarfed by another container, so I've brought in a step stool. Okay, another gorgeous container. If you are familiar with my property and the bunker deck that we have down in the cut flower garden, I have this exact pot, but in a really, really delicious brown color. This is the pinch pot. This is also another self-watering container from Crescent Garden, and it is in this yummy moss color. It is so good. This to me says fall. It's just like earthy and delicious. Okay, I want to jump right in because I want to show you a couple of different things, but really, I think we should start with the jumping off point and the star of the show, which is, you guys, this pansy that Mr. Sato has bred. He is a breeder in Japan. He's incredible. This is part of his Elegance series. Now, when you go to your nursery and you're shopping for the Elegance series, there is the Twilight and there's the Marie Antoinette. And what's cool about these two series is they come in such a beautiful array of colors. And so when I was there and I was shopping, I actually started looking at the undertones and pulling out about 4 different colorways that I would then play with. And so this one, this is the Antoinette collection. But what is so amazing about this one is when I pulled up this pansy, it is all of those tones that I want. It's that deep toffee. There's even like almost like a caramel, like burnt sugar creme brulee effect. We've got a beautiful buff edge to it. I mean, this is chef's kiss. So I was able to find 3 in this deep, beautiful ochre, creme brulee, just all of that like fall yumminess that I crave in a pansy. I found 3 of them. So the next thing I did is I started cruising up and down the aisles at Sky Nursery to see what was like piquing my curiosity. And I found another new treasure and I grabbed it immediately, like immediately without question. It is a Heucharella and it is good. It is so good. Let me bring it in. I called it a Heucharella. It's actually a Hookarella, but would you look at this foliage? This is a Heucharella called Sweet Tea. And the second I saw it, it was without question. This is what I'm doing. I am doing cozy brown on steroids. I want cozy in a pot. So this, my friends, this is where we are starting our adventure for today. So what I'm going to do first, actually, is I'm going to remove my 2 little stars of the show because I need to start with a centerpiece. And I've brought in 2 little options to play with. And we're going to kind of see. And also, those sweet friends of mine at Crescent Gardens did provide this container, but I'm not paid by them. I just love the company. This container is about 20 inches wide, about 20 inches tall. It's this awesome square shape. I love this shape. I find it to be so flexible. You can even get it on rollers so you can like zip it around your patio. With all things, I start with my shape of container and also my shape of arrangement. So let's bring in our centerpiece choices. In my head, I actually think I would like a centerpiece that is gonna age out in this container a little bit. So I almost wanna see if I can reinvent the centerpiece through all 4 seasons. So with that in mind, I picked up 2 things. This is my first choice. This is a baby Cypress. And for me, this is one of the most beautiful winter textures. It can read so woodland. It can read very like Christmas holiday. I mean, the options are endless, but this is a little cypress called Fernspray Gold. And what I love about it is right now it's giving a bit of a vase shape, but as it matures, it will get more of a triangle shape, which actually is kind of a cool selection for a square planter. Got one more choice for you. This next one is a Nandina. It's called Gulf Stream. And it's so funny. It comes in a bit more of a dusty blue, and then the new foliage takes on this real warm tone. I actually really love this one too. And what I think is so special about this is Nandinas are incredibly flexible plants. They can withstand a variety of sun conditions. And this is going to give more of a globe effect to the top of this square planter, which is also kind of another vibe that I go for. So, gosh, Brian is pointing at his favorite, which is the Cypress. I want to bring in this Heucharella real quick, just to see how these play. That's good, isn't it? This is my really strong statement color, so I want to play with this a little bit. Okay, so option 1. Option 2. We're going to go with Brian's choice. This is number 2. This is my beautiful, beautiful Fernspray Gold Cypress. And I think this is going to be pretty darn fun. All right, next thing. Whenever I do a container, I like to choose my position that I'm going to be working with for my centerpiece. These are like football terms, center back. And when I put it in the center, this is when I do like my little round robin planting, which actually the next one I do should have a round robin, I think. I think that would be super fun. But I think for this one, I am going to go center back, and I'm going to start working on some volume back here. And I've brought in a couple things to help kind of drive home the story. This first one is an autumn fern called Brilliance, and it gets the most delicious colored foliage that when it comes out new, it's just like soft, it's shiny, it's bronze, maybe a little bit of red coming through. This may be a good place for us. The other thing I brought in is another shrub. This one is a Leucothea rainbow. I kind of want to look at both of these because just even being back here, I think this might be too heavy. Ooh, interesting. Okay, let's take that out. I have some grass choices. This is also really pretty. This wants to be a bit more forward. Isn't that interesting? Like this planter is talking to me in a real weird way. Okay, so I've got this beautiful grass here. This is a Carex. It's called Ribbon Falls. You guys have probably seen me use Feather Falls. That one has a really bright green blade going through it. But this one is also a really good choice. And I like that we're going a little bit more deep. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of forest floor. Like if we think about the floor of a beautiful forested area, maybe our deciduous leaves have fallen and are turning that like toffee brown color. We've got gorgeous evergreens. This is the vibe, you guys. This is the energy of what we're bringing forth. I'm going to jump down in front of the camera. I'm going to start playing with some options, and then I'm going to present my final choices. We've officially achieved a cozy sweater. You guys, I'm pretty obsessed with this container, as per usual. With my fall and my winter containers, I love a strong, strong texture game. And especially if we think about the mental image of a cozy sweater, it is all about feeling and texture with a gorgeous sweater. So here's my choices. This is what I decided to do. I went with a lot of contrasting texture. And the other thing I did is I really wanted my sweet little pansies to be nestled down in this planter, like they're kind of just nestled in next to a fireplace, right? So my Hookarella is going to grow potentially a foot tall. However, I don't think it's going to achieve this within one season in a container, especially because we're going to be going through the winter months. So I feel pretty comfortable moving it kind of like to the front of the pack here and then having my pansies pop up behind. With this container, I wanted just a hint of brightness. So I brought in 2 things to help achieve that. Now, I'm not going chartreuse. I think that's an easy thing for us to reach towards when we're doing a container and it feels potentially too heavy or too quiet. Instead, I'm going towards creamy white because in my mind, actually one of my favorite sweaters I bought secondhand, and it is a creamy white cashmere sweater that I found at a consignment shop, and I have worn that thing into the ground. I mean, literally it has holes and it's practically a garden sweater at this point. So I opted for this Euonymus. It's called Emerald Gaety. There's another variety that's very similar called Emerald and Gold, but that brings us into chartreuse territory. This brings us into that creamy white zone that is a much better fit for this planter. The other thing I did is I brought in a Helleborus. It is very tiny. Now this little Helleborus fell over in my van, and so I'm not gonna put it at my client's house, but I'll put it in this container, no problem. This is a little tiny white Helleborus called Jacob. And again, it's not like a super stark white. I find it has a bit of a yellow undertone, and that yellow undertone is gonna read much better with these pansies because this little toffee creme brulee situation does have quite a bit of yellow in it. Oh, I almost forgot. All right. If we are going cozy sweater, a must-have is mosses. And so I've brought in 2 for you, and I want to show you the difference because undertone makes a huge impact in your container. Our first option, this is Selaganella Aria. This is one I use all the time. It brings in a ton of brightness. In fact, this is one of my go-tos when I need a highlighter for dark foliage, because when you put dark foliage on top of this, I mean, my gosh, it's game-changing. But remember how I was talking about the chartreuse and how it almost is too bright for this cozy sweater, curled up by the fire vibe we're going for? I brought in another favorite. If you have come to visit me at the garden show, this is no stranger to you. This is Selaganella Brownii. My boys think this looks like a tiny brain. But when you bring this in, oh my gosh, it like fills every little nook and cranny. It provides, do you see it with this dark green? We're not so heavily contrasted here, but it adds a lot of depth to your planting arrangement. And so I think my little favorite Brownii is going to be the perfect detail that I'm going to sprinkle all the way around the perimeter of this gorgeous container. And so again, just for emphasis, here's our more cozy option, the Selaganella Brownii. And here is the Selaganella Aria. So you can kind of see here. Also, the Aria is going to get a little bit taller. This one is going to stay more low and mounding. And I feel like this also mimics the tight weave of a sweater. So here's our choice. So it is time to get this little guy planted in. Are we ready for the unveiling of week 6. Oh my gosh. You guys, none of you can see me. Would you look at this beast? You guys, this is so cute. This is so cute. Also, purple and red. Purple and red. I love this so much. What's super cool about this is I did not expect this little mirror plant to do as well as it's doing. This is my first time playing with this plant and I'm obsessed. Also, the Rudbeckia. Come on. Come on. It's so good. All right, last but not least, I'm going to turn you around to the back because check this out. Do you remember when we started and we only had one little cattail? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then number baby 5 coming down here. You guys, this is so fun. And this is such a fall textural treat. Now, as expected, I'm deadheading my little mum. I've got a few more blooms coming out, but we may have reached our end of this little mum's life cycle. If that is the case, guess what? I rip it out, I throw in a pumpkin. Boom, we're done. Friends, I was going for peak autumn with this container, just like the ultimate fall energy. I feel like we have achieved that and so much more. Oh, you guys, it has everything I want. It's got my brown tones. It's got these deep, saturated, velvety purples. We've got these incredible burgundies going all the way through. Not bad. Not bad at all, if I might say so myself. I know I've said this multiple times, but this is another one that I want at my house so desperately. This is the energy that I'm in right now. I am in full, bring me a sweater. I want a nice toasty cup of coffee. I want a little cup of tea. I want all the blankets and I want my couch. Like, this is it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for coming along on another garden adventure, another container adventure. I cannot believe we are this far in the challenge already. 2 more weeks and then we're gonna start resetting containers. And I am so excited. This has been so fun. Okay, I'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, say hello to your garden for me.